Welcome, everybody, to the day we've all been looking forward to. You know, Doris, with all the... Fanfare of opening night, it must be tough for the players to keep their focus.
Yeah, I think obviously there's a ton of excitement because you put the offseason as a player, but you love the game of basketball. It's hard not to get amped up. You know, it's just the mature players who are able to channel that in the right direction.
And the starting group for the Spurs. You'll see Barnes and Sohan playing forward. Evan Bissell out there with De'Aaron Fox. And it's Wembanyama in at the center. Barnes can't get it to go. And so it's Dinwiddie with it. He'll bring it up for Dallas. Pass to Thompson. This one for three. Drills it from outside.
The speed with which Klay Thompson gets to his shooting motion off the catch makes him as dangerous as anyone.
Spurs passing it around. The three from Barnes. Hands it from downtown.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Now, here's Gafford. Pass to Irving. Gafford sets the pick for Irving. Victor Wembanyama grabs the rebound. And for De'Aaron Fox, his three-point shooting, Greg, has come a long way.
In his rookie season, he only shot 30% on 2 attempts per game. But his volume and efficiency have both gone way up. And it's made him much more dangerous offensively. And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good look.
Well, we know, GA, the Mavs are so adept at hunting the matchups they want. They're patient and methodical.
They never look like they're in a rush, right? Even when you send a double or trap the ball, the Mavs stay calm and know where to go. It's what makes slowing down their pick and roll so difficult.
Here's Wembanyama. Lays it up off the glass.
And standing easily over 7 feet. When Wemby gets that ball near the hoop, literally nothing a defender can do.
Now, here's Dinwiddie. So, Greg, the Spurs last year began 15-56, but it was the ending that they're really hanging their head on. They won 7 of their last 11 games.
And over that closing stretch, Wemby averaged 27 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists, and 5 blocks. A small glimpse into the potential of this young superstar.
And that one's good, Barnes.
Yeah, this is a guy who can really hit from just about anywhere on the floor. That's a pretty jumper. Go ahead, Harrison Barnes.
Dinwiddie finds Irving. Davis against Wembanyama. It's good. Davis has got his second bucket tonight.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
And Fox gets it to go.
And at the arc, Fox has only gotten bolder. He takes threes without even thinking about it.
Dinwiddie wide open. Oh, good with the triple.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Barnes can't get it to go. Mavericks leading by 3. Thompson in the corner. No one near him. The offensive rebound. And Gafford throws it down.
Emphatic finishes are becoming routine for Mr. Gafford.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Yes, Kevin, I caught up with Jason Kidd just a few minutes ago. Now, I asked him the approach they're going to take with De'Aaron Fox, and Coach said that Fox's speed is the big challenge. He said, we're dealing with maybe the fastest player in the league, so we've got to be high energy at the defensive end. They know they have their work cut out for them. Kevin?
Okay, David, much appreciated. And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. He wants to talk to his guys. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Derek Lively, he's checked in for Daniel Gafford. Marshall comes in for Klay Thompson. Christie's checked in for Irving. And it's Hardy in for Dinwiddie. It's stolen by Davis. And here's the break. Floats it up for Davis. And it's slammed in by Davis.
And really with the off-the-charts explosiveness, Davis just punishes opponents on those alley-oops.
To the wing right side. The 3. Chris Paul, and that's good.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Hardy. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Johnson in the corner. Here's Castle. From outside, off the mark. Dallas leading by 6. We've got 33 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And here's Marshall from the arc. Rebounded by the Spurs. Three-pointer on the way. And the basket by Castle.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the result.
Here's Hardy. And he converts the layup.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
To the right side. Pass to Castle. Johnson from outside. The shot, no good. Gets it off. The shot, no good. Anthony Davis firing on all cylinders for the Mavericks. He notched 8 points in the quarter. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Mavericks?
Tons of points off penetration so far, guys. They're driving at will on the defense, just taking whatever they want.
And they've also shown dominance in the paint so far tonight, really putting the work in down low.
On the court for San Antonio here in the second. Paul out there with Fox. Then it's Castle. Then there's Keldon Johnson. And it's Bassey in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Irving passes to Marshall. Off target with his 3. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Spurs. It's a 5-point game. Following this one, to get to host the Rockets. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home.
Something Castle continues to work on. It's crucial that he becomes more consistent from deep.
Pass to Christie. Launches it. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. For San Antonio, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Here's Fox. And it's all evened up. Fox has got 5 now.
And Fox starting to show you his abilities inside. That has quick instincts, which I think helps him when he's down low.
And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. So many teams utilizing the dribble handoff.
And it really forces the defense into a bad spot. Can create situations where the offense has an advantage, and then it allows you to kind of seek out the matchup.
Lively's shot is off.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
It's intercepted. 5-on-3 break. Here's Christie. Victor Wembanyama grabs the rebound. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over.
The Mavericks at last season's trade deadline added length by acquiring Daniel Gafford and P.J. Washington. Coach Jason Kidd says they help on both ends. Gafford has the ability to roll, has great hands. P.J. can put the ball on the floor and guard 1 through 5. And then defensively, they both bring physicality. Kevin?
Yeah, but there is an argument to be made. That was one of the best trades at midseason this league has seen in a very long time. However you feel about Kyrie Irving, you cannot deny, Doris, he is an elite player still.
Kevin, there are many who consider Kyrie Irving to be the greatest finishing guard in the history of the game. I mean, left hand, right hand, a little bit of English and polish, big shot maker. And what I love for Kyrie Irving right now is he seems content and happy.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Drains it from beyond the arc.
Well, a tough first quarter for this guy. You like to see the shot go in. Nicely done.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Here's McLaughlin. Good, and it's Barnes picking up the assist. McLaughlin's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Lively against Wembanyama. Lively the pass to Irving. And the rejection by Wembanyama. That's a 2 from Barnes. And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron.
Oh, man, that is a smooth jumper by Barnes. Looking comfortable at all 3 levels these days.
And a wide open look for Irving. Another 3 for Dallas.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Now, while we have a second, let's go to the 2K leaderboard for a list of the league's top shooters from last season. You take a look at Gafford, leading the league in field goal percentage. He always gets good looks.
He didn't miss many easy chances last year, and he made the most of the tough ones as well. What a fantastic percentage.
Mavericks leading by 6. You know, Greg, with the combination of Wembanyama and Coach Greg Popovich, the Spurs should be a great defensive team.
Yeah, it's hard with a young roster because all 5 guys have to work in unison, and often someone's going to make a mistake.
And they continue to control the glass.
Spurs working the ball around now. Here's Gafford. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
An agile play to get his hand in there and get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
Here's Castle. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Pass to Prosper. Back to Thompson. Puts up a three. San Antonio with the rebound.
And one thing I liked in the first quarter was their aggressiveness to draw the contact, putting the defense on the defensive.
Now the Mavericks with it. They're on a 16-5 run. Here's Prosper, and he jams it with a three.
Yeah, that's next level stuff from AD. He draws the eyes of the defense and then locates the open man.
A pass to Fox. Here's Castle. Puts up a deep three. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Fox has got 3 assists now in this one. Fires from way outside. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room. Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
Looking at Dallas, like most teams right now, they're optimistic. We'll see how they handle the first couple of games.
Yeah, Now we'll take a look back at that first half. What an all-around performance it was for the Mavericks.
They're doing a nice job.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Spurs trail by 10. Irving on the wing along with Thompson. Daniel Gafford is out there with Anthony Davis. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 1. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Jason Kidd.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
Well, Spencer Dinwiddie can make an impact in the painted area. He's got size at the position.
Barnes can't get it to go. And it's Davis with the ball for the Dallas Mavericks. Following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Suns at Footprint Center in Phoenix. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. A 3 from Barnes. Barnes with another miss.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
A nice shot by Irving.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Pass to Wembanyama. Shoots over Gafford. Fox kicks to Vassell. Shoots over Dinwiddie. He squares up and sinks it.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
Dinwiddie attacking, and he banks in the layup. Dinwiddie's got the lead up to 14 now for the Mavs.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. These teams were last season's best passers. The squads with the most assists in the NBA. The Spurs second.
Well, you have to like the way they moved the ball last season. Guys were passing it around unselfishly. That was reflected in their assist totals.
Paul with the 3. Traps in the tray. Paul's got 6.
Now, Chris Paul by nature wants to pass the ball, but if you leave him open, he understands he's got to make those shots.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, thank you very much. Anthony Davis broke his defense down for me. He said, I can block shots, switch on to anybody, guard the pick and roll, I can guard the post, I can guard the pin down. So that's my ability. My ability defensively is to do everything. Kevin?
And he does everything. David, thank you so much.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
Paul kicks to Johnson. 3-pointer. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
When Johnson's feeling it from range, he can be lethal.
Dinwiddie passes to Davis. Back to Dinwiddie. And that one falls, coming off of Davis's feed. That's 10 points for Spencer Dinwiddie.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
And the shot is good. The Maverick lead has been cut back down now to 10 as they pick up the bucket from Chris Paul. Dinwiddie for three. Sinks the triple. Dinwiddie's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Well, this guy flat out carrying the load for them offensively. He is taking and making good shots. What a terrific job.
And let's take a quick look at some stats for Anthony Davis. Great showing for him last season. Last year averaging 24 points per, 12 rebounds, and almost 2.5 blocks. And you talk about defensive presence, he's a real difference maker on that end.
Yeah, he's always somewhere around the ball, finding ways to help his team by shutting down the opponents.
Marshall, he's checked in for the Mavericks.
Well, the key there is Kyrie Irving did a great job setting up his defender on the pick and roll, and it led to the score.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Dinwiddie outside. Pass to Davis. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots over Vassell and misses it off the right side of the rim. Spurs trail by 16. Well, some have argued that Wembanyama deserved Defensive Player of the Year consideration in his rookie year.
And Kevin, I can see where they're coming from. His team went from a bottom 5 defense to a top 5 defense when he was on the floor. His impact is amazing.
Fox passes to Vassell. It's not going to go for him. Mavericks leading by 18. Down low. Here's Gafford. And Gafford throws it down.
Well, what he lacks in size for a typical center, he makes up for with all that athleticism. Boy, can he elevate.
And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. A different look for Dallas. Derek Lively, he's checked in for Daniel Gafford. Christie comes in for Kyrie Irving, and it's Williams in for Dinwiddie. Spurs also with the sub. Bassey's checked in. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Dallas has gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Outside Williams. Dallas moving the ball around, and it's Davis with the jam.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
The 3 from Davis. As he pulls it in. It's Vassell on the wing. He's guarded by Williams. Paul for 3. The shot comes out.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And I think you can start to feel their frustration mounting with
Spencer Dinwiddie firing on all cylinders for the Mavericks. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. We come back right after this. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or 2 when he needs to.
Well, having multiple playmakers on the floor makes you a much tougher team to defend.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. On the court for San Antonio, we've got Paul. Keldon Johnson is out there with Castle. Then it's De'Aaron Fox. And it's Bassey in at the center, filling out the middle. Irving for 3. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. It's his 5th basket.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
And sometimes Fox just can't be contained. I mean, he plays with so much heart and passion and terrific at scoring even when he gets bodied up.
Spencer Dinwiddie is checked in for Christie. Spurs also with the sub. Vassell, he's checked in for Castle. Pass to Washington. Dinwiddie outside. Fires the 3. A rebound by the Spurs. Paul with the three. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
What a masterful performance from Kyrie Irving. He's over a decade into his career. He can still take over a game.
Three-pointer, Fox gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Well, that's his second three of the game. One in the first half, one here.
Dinwiddie for three. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
Wow, he looks like a completely different player in this half. He's found his rhythm.
And Chris Paul, the bucket on the assist by Vassell. And that's 10 points for Chris Paul.
I'll tell you, what a night. He has been efficient. He's been strong. Unfortunately, they're still fighting an uphill battle.
On the Mavericks with some changes. Daniel Gafford's checked in for Jarek Lively. Davis comes in for P.J. Washington. And it's Klay Thompson in for Marshall. Pass to Davis. In the corner, Irving with it. Knocks down the three ball. Irving's got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for the Mavs.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them.
Missing.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
Right. He stays connected, and great timing on the contest.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Here's Castle. Mavericks with the rebound. Dinwiddie up top. Defended by Wembanyama. Irving's shot is good.
And so many teams now look to establish the perimeter to set up everything else.
No doubt it's a growing trend, Greg, and he is highly accurate tonight. Well, the problem is they haven't gotten production from any other spot, but right now this guy is cooking.
So, Greg, you played the point. In creative player, if you had to pick a different position to play, which would it be?
Ooh, good question, Tim. Probably small forward, wing. I'd like to be a fearsome finisher who can soar and dunk over everybody.
Here's Sohan. Offensive rebound. Tries again. No good that time.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Mavericks.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Kyrie Irving.
This guy has been shot-making all night long. He commands the rock and takes over.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
No question. They've got hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
And how about the payback there, guys? You do you, I do me.
Oh, you love to see the competitive fire. A little bit of pride at stake.
And it's Dallas with another.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
What an impressive performance, to say the least. At this point, it looks insurmountable.
And Wembanyama gets it to go.
And you can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
No doubt. It felt like they were a little tight for much of the evening. Now they're in a better flow, but it may be too little too late.
Pass to Gafford. And here is Irving. Covered by Barnes. Irving attacking. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes it back.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the a situation, reacting quickly and capitalizing.
So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. They poured it out tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home,